Hey guys, Dylan here. I like to check the Mbuna out right after the light comes on. It's 11 o'clock in the morning and their light just came on and they're still conditioned to being down here on the rocks. Every now and then I like to kind of catch them just after the light comes on and observe their behavior. See how they're lower? They're down here in sleep mode, hanging out on the rocks. They look big, they look like beasts. But I thought I'd update this tank today. I did shift the rockscape after Tug and Mr. Man had excavated this entire tank. I think I might have mentioned in the past video that they shifted the rocks to a point where they fell. And that's happened in the past, and I just have to adjust it a little bit. But this time I got in the tank and I shifted a lot of things. Changed the scape up a little bit. As you can see, Tug's hole over here doesn't really look the same. It's the same rocks, it's just not the same scape at all. Same thing with this area, which has kind of been the divide between Mr. Man and Tug's territory. But with that shift, I've noticed a lot of territorial and aggression kind of behavior with this new scape change, more than I thought would happen. I mean, I was seeing a lot of aggressive behavior with the dig-in and the increased hardness in the water. But now, since I actually did a huge scape change, I'm noticing a lot. And I guess I should tell you, my little red top, I got him out of here and gave him to a friend because he wasn't really hanging. He was trying to come up, and these big fish were really doing a number on him. So before he got frayed up and damaged a little bit, I put him in my friend Eric's Malawi tank. And he's got some smaller, he's actually got a bunch of zebras in there, so we'll be okay, and he doesn't have to compete with these big dogs in this tank. And who knows, if he ever grows back up, you know, maybe I'll get him back. We'll see. We haven't really discussed that. But wanted to look at the tank today. Like I said, it's a new rockscape change, a new scape. You can see the breaks in the algae. But the light did just come on, and I like to catch them in this mood. See how they're slowly making their way up into the water column off of the rocks? It's because Mr. Man kind of came out of his little hole and he said, "Get off my rocks. This is my house. I don't want to wake up and find anybody on my front porch. Get going." And there he goes. He'll chase them all off. And there's Nubs. Boy, is this guy hanging tough. He's been thrashed this last month. And there he is, looking okay for as beat up as he is, with the nub tail and all, competing with these beasts. But yeah, quick look at the scape change. They still have their holes. They can get down in here. It's filled in a little bit. I did cover some of the glass with the scape change. But same look. I'll just have to wait for the algae to fill in, to get that uniform look that I like. Now let's see this. Because of this scape change, I have noticed a lot of territorialism between these two. Mr. Man has claimed this hole right here. That used to be pretty much his Tug's hole, but he can't really fit in there anymore. So what I notice is this clear area right here has become his territory. And I actually caught him and one of the zebras that I truly thought was a male in a T formation, and you know, in breeding dance. So I don't think that we're gonna you know, see any fry from that. There's no fish holding. This is the little girl. For the longest time I thought that this was a male, and many people have told me that this was a little girl in this tank, and I kind of denied it. I said, you know what, this is a male driven tank and they're all guys. But this little zebra here is a little female, because I saw her lined up with Tug in the T formation, and she might have been holding for a couple days, but it doesn't last long in this tank. I mean, they'll knock them out of her and they'll have a little brunch. So unless I strip her or remove her from the tank, I don't think there'll be any successful spawning, not in here. But yeah, this little flat pad right here has become Tug's, you know, spawning bed. And it is a little bit of a battle between Mr. Man, who wants to be down here. Look at Wally. Look at how big you are. You are awesome, buddy. I love this fish. I tell you, I'm upset about not having the red top in here anymore, but I'm happy to keep these other bigger fish and keep them clean, uninjured, and just beautiful looking. Like, I was really worried about that red top getting gnarled up like nubs. That's because we got some bigger fish in here. But that's the update, guys. Got escape change over here, got Mr. Man and Tug doing their thing usually, and no more red top. And you never know, we might see him back in the tank eventually. But there we are, there's the Mbuna tonight, guys. Or this AM, rather. See him kind of hanging out over here? This has become his spot, on top rather than underneath. And we'll see, the zebra's still in here. So if they ever have a successful courtship, maybe I will let her, you know, hold in the tank, and we'll see what comes of it. As long as I've kept this tank, it's always been a male, testosterone-driven tank. And I didn't expect to see too many breeding behaviors. I just didn't expect to see any females in here at all. But these two, they want their territories. They're willing to tangle for it. You got 1 and 2 up at the top, giving you a little show right now. But this is his area. And you see Tug tried to come over to his spawning bed, and Mr. Man said, "This is my area." It's been a point of contention since the Rockscape shift. And the truth is, this is the biggest fight I've seen between the two of them in a long time. I'm glad I'm catching it on film. I was about to sign off of this video, and they just started going at it. I think because I was up to the tank, I kind of instigated it a little bit, instead of just allowing them to wake up and, you know, move into the water column like they usually do. I let the light come on, and I jumped up here in front of the camera and got him a little feisty. But this is Tug's zone. He's still trying to keep it. Whether he can get down here in this hole or not, he wants to be right here on this spawning bed. So hopefully he can hold it down without Mr. Man giving him too much trouble. But Mr. Man has a whole tank to regulate. So we shall see. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Y'all have a good one. Peace.